Greetings and salutations, everybody. This is TLAO72 with NerdWatch 2020, where we keep a 2020 watch on all things nerdy. I really don't want much of a preamble. This is just hopefully going to be a weekly show where I just kind of go through some video game bullshit, thoughts I have about things happening in the industry, games I might be excited for, just anything I want to talk about video games to you guys. I wanted to do this live, but I'm incredibly way too shy to do that, especially right now. So I'm not going to do that. This is just going to be a video I'm just going to upload just right on my phone. I just kind of want to jump into it. Diablo. It's a fantastic franchise. One of my first games that I ever really played, or remember playing at least, came out in 1996. I was about 3 years old, maybe 4 when we got it. I don't know if we got it like on release day. I was pretty young. My brother rented it from this local pizza shop that did movie rentals and game rentals, and we just keep re-renting it. Eventually our mom bought it for us. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Every game that I played after Diablo, every game that I played after Diablo that had a sword in it, that had leveling up in it, that had collecting loot, anything, I'm like, oh, that game, it's like Diablo. Like, oh, I like this game, it's like Diablo. You should check this game out, it's like Diablo. So, I'm really attached to the series. I love Diablo 2. I played the shit out of that game. I had to have beaten it at least over 100 times, and that's probably not even exaggerating, if not more than that. 1,000 hours into it, maybe. I love that game. I absolutely love it. I'm actually talking about Diablo right now and all the stuff that's going on with it. I wouldn't mind replaying them. They're pretty nice. Oh, the Butcher in the first game, in the second level. I had nightmares about that thing. The fucking Butcher, if you guys remember that. Holy shit, that dude was scary. Anyway, I'm bringing Diablo up because 2018 BlizzCon. Total shit show for Diablo fans. For Diablo developers, even. So 2018 BlizzCon happens. People are expecting a new Diablo announcement. Diablo 4, probably. It's been rumored for months right now that they're going to tease a new game. Everyone's suspecting it to be Diablo 4 because Diablo 3 came out, and I think it was 2012. So it's been quite some time since a new game has come out in that franchise. Well, BlizzCon is just basically a showcase of Blizzard games. They just show off what they're working on. And Blizzard is a company that's been around since at least the 90s. They did a game before Diablo for the Super Nintendo. I don't know what it was called. But this company, Blizzard Entertainment, is known for quality. Absolutely. From all the Diablo mainline games to Warcraft, World of Warcraft, that game was huge. That game was enormous. I never played it, but incredible game. StarCraft series, and most recently, Overwatch. Overwatch is huge right now. Huge in pro gaming. Is just an enormous juggernaut of an IP. Oh, and they made that Hearthstone game. It's like a card game. Something like that. Well, when you go to this BlizzCon 2018, you're expecting Diablo 4, or at least something, and you pay all this money for a plane ticket to go to, I think it was held in Anaheim, California. You pay for the plane ticket, you pay for a hotel, and it's not that it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but like the average person doesn't go to BlizzCon every year, so you're going, you're excited, you're hearing these rumors that it might be Diablo 4, you're fucking excited. Well, you get there on stage and developers come out and they talk about this new mobile game that they're making, Diablo Immortal, for iOS and Android. And they get booed immediately. Just booed by the people that are in this audience that boo them are the die-hard Blizzard Diablo fans. You know, they're there for a sliver of information about a new game coming out. And they just straight up fucking boo them. And their response is, you know, they say it's a mobile game. They go, "What, you guys don't have phones?" Like of course I have a phone. Everyone has a phone. That doesn't mean that we want a mainline Diablo mobile game. Not that it's a mainline game, but they did say that it is canon. So if it's a continuation of 3, you need to play this game to get the story. Honestly, I will not play this game. I don't play mobile games. It's fine if you do. Mobile games are fine. I just have taste. Oh, that just fell. I just have taste for video games. It's it became a sensation almost on the internet. It is blowing up. People are flipping out about this mobile game that no one asked for. They just don't want it. And yeah, gamers tend to take things way too far. Hardcore gamers love death threats. They love throwing death threats around, like at Hideo Kojima when he said he's going to quit making Metal Gear Solid. He got death threats. Like, gamers are hardcore. And I'm not saying like every gamer does stuff like that. Just the, those internet warriors. But man, they got some backlash for this, like really bad. And a lot of people are saying it's unwarranted. Like you're an entitled, you're being an entitled gamer right now. These developers owe you nothing. And while that is true, they're companies. Their first thing that they want to do, their first priority is to make money, obviously. But no one asked for this. No one wanted it. And the reason people are so upset is because they know for a fact it is going to be heavily monetized through microtransactions. That is just a fact. If it's a mobile game, it's going to have microtransactions no matter what. And I am proud to say that I've never spent $1 on microtransactions. Except Pokemon Go. I spent $20 one time. That's it. Doesn't count. Doesn't even fucking count. This game is probably going to be free to play unless they make it like $10 or $15. But I would bet that it's going to be free to play and just riddled with fucking microtransactions all through it. They're absolutely gonna release new characters that you're gonna have to pay for. Get this chest, and there could be a unique item in it for $8, and they're gonna make a killing off of it because people are still gonna buy it and play this game, no matter how much they say they hate this game. People are still gonna buy it, and people are still gonna pay these fucking microtransactions. And you shouldn't be super pissed. You shouldn't go on the internet and call the developers of this game out and like ridicule them and call them cuss at them and slurs and stuff like that. You shouldn't do that. But you should be upset that they're making this shitty mobile game when they're known for quality. Quality, that is like their top thing. Just a lot of people don't think this works, but it's especially true in the gaming world. I think if you're upset with this and you don't like this, just speak with your wallet. It absolutely, you might not think it works, but it absolutely does. Just don't download this game. Do not download this game. Do not pay a cent for a microtransaction. People are going to do it. They're probably appealing to the more casual gamer, because a lot of people that play on their phone, a lot of them are casual. There was somebody online actually said that all the hate from this is because they don't want something about like women mostly play on mobile games and it's a way to put down women or something. That is just totally absurd, and I reject that notion entirely. That's not true at all. I know a lot of women gamers that play Diablo on PC, where it's meant to be played. This will not be ported to the PC. They already said that, and that's where Diablo was born and bred. So the fact that they're moving this to a mobile, it's just irritating. I'm just not gonna, don't feed into the bullshit and start cussing at the developers and being super mean on Twitter and all that shit. Just pretend this game doesn't exist and don't even think about it if you're one of those diehard fans that are upset about this. I know I am, because goddamn, I want Diablo 4. If they would have put a title card of Diablo 4 in development right after that trailer, I think it would have softened the blow and people wouldn't have been so upset. But they didn't. They didn't. So shame on you, Blizzard. Don't make shitty mobile games full of microtransactions. This list has been out for a while, but I've been wanting to talk about it, and I haven't gotten to. I want to talk about the PlayStation Classic. They released the list of all 20 games. My feelings are mixed. Huge PlayStation fan. I grew up on the PlayStation. Huge Sony fanboy. I really am. Some of these games are alright. Some of these games are questionable. I'm still going to pick it up because it has some cool stuff on there I want to check out. I'm just gonna go through the list real quick. The first one, Battle Arena Toshinden, I think it's a 2D fighter game. A lot of people probably don't even know what that game is. I like the third one. I played the shit out of Battle Arena Toshinden 3. It has an awesome opening intro. You guys should check that out on YouTube. It's really cool for being made in like 1997 or 8 or whatever the hell. It's the first one, so there's a lot of games on here that it's the first game of a series, and it kind of makes sense some places it doesn't. Cool Borders 2, great addition. I love Cool Borders. I played the shit out of Cool Borders 2 and 3. I like 3 better, but it's fine that they put 2 on there. Not a big deal. Destruction Derby, a lot of people like that game. It's kind of just like a car arena game where you like smash into each other, I think. I remember like having that game on a demo disc. I had a lot of demo disc PS1. They used to send the shit out of those to everybody. That's not bad. Final Fantasy 7, of course. Of course, it's going to be on there, a classic RPG. Not my favorite Final Fantasy, but, Final Fantasy 7 is highly overrated, but still a fucking great game. Of course, they're going to put that on there. That's expected. Grand Theft Auto, the original Grand Theft Auto, that's kind of strange, because when you think of PlayStation, you don't think Grand Theft Auto, really. It's kind of odd. I mean, I know Grand Theft Auto is huge right now, but back then, it wasn't so great, the top-down stuff. That'd be cool to check it out. It would be cool to check it out, because I never played it. Never played the original one. Intelligent Cube. Now that's a strange one. It's a cult classic kinda. I remember playing that on a demo disc. It's interesting. You're just on this like grid, and these cubes just kind of roll at you. And I don't really understand the point. You just kind of get rid of the cubes. A lot of people are excited about that. I definitely want to check it out. I like the aesthetic of the game. How it's just like you're just in this weird space on like this floating platform. I don't know. Jumping Flash, I never heard of it. I had to look up gameplay of that. It looks interesting enough. I don't know why they put all these platformers in here. It's such a strange game. It just kind of has to do with, instead of going like Mario, like side to side, it's like a vertical kind of platformer. Probably could have done without that one. Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid on PS1 is a masterpiece. One of the greatest games ever made. One of my favorite franchises ever fucking made. Praise Kojima. Great addition. Of course they're going to put that in. You know what? If you omit the graphics, in 2018, I say that game still holds up today. I'm going to go on record and just say that. Still holds up in 2018. Mr. Driller, why you didn't need to put that. I remember that game. You just kind of drill down, sort of like a puzzle sort of game. It's pointless. They don't need that on there. I think they're going for a variety here. Pointless. They could have put something else in place of Mr. Driller. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. I never played that game, but I know a lot of people love that. It has a cool like art style, and like it's kind of like a dark game. I know a lot of people like that game. I will definitely check it out because I'm excited to try it. I've been wanting to try it for a long time. The original Rayman, another platformer, not bad. Rayman's a decent series. I love the newer one. I forget what it's called. Rayman Legends, I think. Not a bad choice. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Once again, they're putting in a lot of the original games, like the first Resident Evil, the first Rayman, the first Grand Theft Auto. But these aren't the best games in the series. I understand that they want you to try the original, but it doesn't make sense when they're putting in the originals like that and they put in Cool Borders 2 or Tekken 3, which is a fantastic game. Tekken 3 is definitely the best of the Tekken, my personal favorites too. I love Nina. Nina's fucking badass. But in Tekken 3, I love Harang. Harang's fucking, he's a G. He's my go-to character. But I just, like, Resident Evil Director's Cut, once again, it's the original, but why wouldn't you... The second one, I understand they didn't put in because they're making that remake right now, but 3 is way better than the original one, and I know I might get some shit for that, but you can chase around by Nemesis, that atmosphere is incredible. Revelations Persona, once again, another one of the first games. I'm actually really excited about this because I enjoyed Persona 5. That was a very good game that came out last year, and I'm pretty excited to play where it all started. I don't know if that's the first one. I'm pretty sure it is, but that's going to be a cool game to check out. Persona series it's incredible. Ridge Racer Type 4. The fourth one is considered the best of that series, but if you're going to put in a racing game, why don't you put in Gran Turismo? That is like a Hallmark PlayStation game, and it was like incredible at the time when it came out. They could have put that in instead of any of the Gran Turismos, instead of Ridge Racer Type 4. I don't know. Some of these are strange choices. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So it's basically like your Street Fighter characters, and it's kind of like a Mean Bean Machine kind of game. Tetris, Mean Bean, whatever. They're just going for variety, I guess. I don't understand some of these choices. I think they're just jealous that the Super Nintendo Classic had actual Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and they just wanted to kind of put that in. But that game could be gone. Siphon Filter, great series, great game. Once again, the second one is miles better than the first one. The second one is my favorite. It is so good. Even the third one builds upon all this, and the third one's pretty good. But why would you put the first one in there? They're going for the originality thing. They put Siphon Filter 1, but they'll put Tekken 3 and Cool Borders 2. Why not just put the good games in? Oh my god. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I never seen gameplay of it, never touched that game, don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is, but I never played it, nothing like that. I'm interested to play it. It's pretty cool. It's like a more tactical shooter, I believe. I never played any Rainbow Six games, so it's pretty cool to start at. The first one, which, And Twisted Metal, again, the second one is miles better than the original Twisted Metal. What do you get? Axel on the cover, the dude with the tires, oh my god. The second one is just so much better than the first one. Why would you put the first one in and not the second one? They did this like 5 times on here. What they really should have just done is just took Twisted Metal out and put Vigilante 8 in, because that's a much better car shooter game, whatever. Wild Arms is the last game. I'm glad they fit another RPG in. There's only, 2 RPGs on here? The original PlayStation was home of the RPG. It was one of the best RPG consoles you could get. Legend of Dragoon, Xenogears, fucking Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. They even had Origins on there, 1 and 2. And Anthology, 5 and 6. You don't want to put every Final Fantasy on there, obviously. But there's so many. Chrono Cross. And they go with Wild Arms. I mean, I always wanted to play a Wild Arms game. And I think 3 or 4 is like the good one, that everyone enjoys. Once again, the original one. So, this is a decent list. I'm not so upset about it. There's just some games that they could have pick better choices in the respective franchise, and the fact that they're missing some major fucking PlayStation games. Crash Bandicoot, goddammit. I understand that they just released the fucking Insane Trilogy last year. And Spyro, they admitted Spyro. When you think Spyro, where do you think PlayStation? You think Spyro, right? But I understand that the Reignited thing, the Reignited trilogy is coming out in a little bit, but still, the thing is, the PlayStation Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic, all these classic consoles that they're starting to release nowadays, they're not really for the hardcore gamer. They're for the average guy that's just like sees it in Walmart and they're like, oh man, I used to play PlayStation 20 years back. I want to try some of these games. And that dude's going to be pissed when he goes on there and he finds out that there's no Crash that he remembers, no Tomb Raider. I can't even think of another like game like that. But Tomb Raider, come on. They didn't put a lot of games that needed to be on there. And they put in some of the wrong ones in certain franchises. And like Jumping Flash, Mr. Driller, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Like, get the fuck out of here. Why would they even put that in there? The variety, I guess they're going for. But, oh, god damn it. I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. Just a little upset with it, but I think it'll be all right. I think they'll still sell. I just hope they don't do the fucking the artificial scarcity thing that Nintendo loves to do. I don't think they will. I remember when the NES Classic came out, it was impossible to get one. You couldn't just walk in a store and get it. You had to buy it for $500 off a fucking scalper. They did a little better with the Super Nintendo, so let's hope the PlayStation Classic is available to people. And I just want to address one more thing. I understand some people are like, oh, fucking ROMs, just download some emulators and some ROMs. I know ROMs exist. I know ROMs are a thing. I used to play ROMs. ROMs are awesome. This isn't marketed towards the hardcore gamer that uses ROMs and shit like that. This is marketed towards like a mass audience of just, hey, pick this up for your son. 20 years ago, you remember he used to play the fucking PlayStation. Get it for him. Throw him a little nostalgia his way. It's not for the hardcore gamer. I think that's why they chose what they chose. A lot of the hardcore gamers are kind of upset that they chose what they chose. But I think even the wide audience, mass market people who just picked this up for their son, nephew, whatever, I think even they'll be upset that they're gonna say there's no Tomb Raider on here. Lara Croft, like, her face and the PlayStation logo are like synonymous with each other. Same with Crash. Same with Spyro. Understand the remakes. Whatever. I don't care. Well, I just wanted to throw some thoughts at you your way. Hopefully, this can be a weekly thing. That'd be fantastic. We got some stuff going on in Nerdwatch 2020 that we're really excited about. We can't wait to share with you guys. So you all know, this is T-Lao72 with Nerdwatch 2020, where we keep a 2020 watch on all things nerdy. You guys have a great night.